Ooh, I got a burp. It's not coming. It's like it's in there.
3, 2. Were you saying 1?
Let's start the show, guys.
Oh God, that feels good. That honestly made my day.
That was
there.
low.
What? Like,
that was like a baritone.
Bass? Yeah. No. Feels good. Fucking. All right. So the landlord renting roommate episode. You guys have any weird move-in stories? I had one. One time I was trying to move in, and the last tenants were like still there, not even anywhere close to moved out. And I show up on the first, and they're like, "You were trying to move in today," and I'm like, "Yeah, it's the first."
Right.
And they're like, "Yeah, no, we're not ready yet." And I was like, "Yeah, so what's up?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna be here for like another week." And I'm like, "So where am I supposed to go?" And they're like, "I mean, we could clear out a room for you if we want, like if you want."
You paid rent, right?
Yeah, like we paid first month and everything.
What?
They can't do that. So what'd you do? Sorry.
And so this landlord wouldn't get back to us because he was trying to sell the property at the time. So like I'm messaging him, I'm emailing him, nothing is happening. And I'm just like, I'm not. So we just decided like we weren't going to pay the second month's rent until he like kicked them out. Like we said, like we pay like a prorated rate. And then he was like, just nothing ever happened. And then I'm like talking to these guys trying to like figure out like why you thought the new tenants wouldn't be here on the first. And they're like, I don't know. It just seemed like, because it was like in college. And they're like, well, people usually move in like next month. So I thought maybe that would work or something. And I was like, I just need you guys out of here like as soon as possible. And I looked in the fridge and there was like just sauce, like random, like a collection of different sauces in one of the drawers.
In like Petri cups or whatever.
No. Like
you know what I'm talking
like
about?
a puddle of sauces in one of the drawers.
Like just poured out in a...
So yeah, if we need sauce.
Yeah, we just
open up that
did it.
drawer,
It's always cold, I guess.
You're sitting on the floor next to the bottom of the fridge, just like, oh, dude, you got mystery sauce, dude.
You're just sipping the ice cubes that fall down.
It's like Dr. Pepper. It's like the 23 flavors. Each dip is something new, dude. It's something different.
Yeah. And they're like, yeah, well, I mean, we have another week, so we didn't empty out the sauce drawer.
And so we got a new landlord for that apartment. And there was like 2 months where we like didn't know who we were paying rent to.
Yeah.
Wait, one of the guys leave? Did they leave?
They left after like a week. They weren't there that long.
Okay.
But they were like saying like, oh, we there's like no way we can move out yet.
Yeah.
They moved directly next door. I swear to God. I was like, you could have moved just shit. You could have tossed things out the window and it would have been fine. And they're like,
I'll take my sauce with me then.
And they were like, I just never get that drawer back. Sorry, man. Finders keepers. But
it's like now we have to move out. We have to give up our sauce drawer.
We have to start a new sauce drawer.
We've been seasoning that for years.
Yeah, it's months of work. It's prep. It's like fermented at the bottom too. Like kimchi, probably.
That's how they make kimchi. You just throw a bunch of shit.
Not exactly, but like it's
I wouldn't know.
No, of course not.
Yeah.
Of course, the sauce drawer technique isn't how you make.
I honestly have no like. Probably it could be. I'm a fake Korean. I just like it. I just like eating it.
You're faking being Korean?
Yeah. Can we not go into that? I don't really want to.
Okay.
It's just who I am.
I said I signed an NDA when I committed.
You know, it's different than like Chinese or Japanese.
I don't like the segue at all. Which the Japanese made. Did you know that? It's a Japanese.
The segue?
I have no idea if that's true. I try to lie to get out of this, and that. So the sauce drawer, you guys kicked out, and
yeah. So like, there was like shit that we need. Like, we had a coin operated machine in our apartment, like inside of our specific apartment, that we were told we have to let other tenants use.
What kind of machine?
Like a coin operated.
To exchange coins?
Yeah, like we had to put quarters.
Not a washing machine.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh,
you just
I thought
said machine.
you said coin machine.
Oh, sorry.
It's like a Chuck E. Cheese
There's a coin,
token.
some sort of strange coin operated.
And we had to let the
Carnival
neighbors
machine.
use the coin machine.
Yeah. Like, yeah, it's just like a box. You put a quarter in and then just shut the door.
You know the ones where it's like the Abraham Lincoln penny, it flattens it
Yeah.
out. You just have one of those in your apartment. So you got to let the tenants use that. You got to
Yeah, right. When you move in, they're like, yeah, there's a coin operated machine. Like, oh, okay, good. And then, you know, it's like, well,
Good
I'll let you
amenity.
get
Yeah.
the Abraham Lincoln flattening one.
Um,
It's just one of those ones where like it spins around, or like an aquarium. Yeah.
What? An aquarium?
I went to an aquarium that had that.
Oh. Did it go past the fish?
It did not interact with the fish. I think it was just a way to raise money, and like children would put a quarter in a thing that would like spin around. You know what I'm talking about?
no.
No.
All right, so it's like a big funnel, and like you put a quarter in, and it goes like down a little slide, and then it like goes.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
I've heard. You said it was in the aquarium. I thought you meant like it was submerged in the water. That's why
The fish did not use it to raise money. No.
Those fucking fish.
Coin operated laundry machine. Might I add that
Yeah.
important detail?
And it flattens the pennies. Yeah.
You can't get the coins.
Well, so we needed to have like the quarters taken out so that we could put more quarters in.
Oh.
Because it was full of quarters. There was too many quarters in. So that at a certain point we like could not even fit more quarters into the machine. So we couldn't use our laundry machine. So then one day we were owed like $1,000 something, and the landlord wasn't getting back to us. So we just pried open
Swag.
but there was only like a little like 2-inch slot to where you could like get quarters from.
Mm-hmm.
So for like 45 minutes, I stood there with a spoon, shoveling quarters into a bowl that we had like counted, and then we like rolled it up. And I walked. I ended up getting $350 worth of quarters.
Holy
That's
shit,
mad
a lot.
quarters.
Yeah, this is when I was like in college too,
Right.
like 19.
It's 1,400 quarters.
It was so I like.
That's 300,000 quarters. That's crazy. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you did the math. That's right.
Yeah.
Carry the one and
Um,
flattened them to Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah,
Like, where you get so much surface area of quarters you could.
so
You carry it like the CD. That's where you carry your quarters because they're so flat. Yeah.
we were gonna take it to like a coin star to like not be suspicious, because we were like, if you walk into a bank with $350 worth of quarters, they're gonna be like, how, like
Yeah.
how, why? No,
You smuggled it.
no, I laundered it slowly but
You should
surely.
have used it to buy a gun. Buy a gun at a gun show. Use the
Just
gun
with a
show
bag of
loophole.
quarters.
Just come with a wheelbarrow of quarters. I want one pistol.
Yeah.
Um,
Yes, I'd like a Revolutionary War musket, please.
I literally brought in like a
Bayoneted.
shopping bag full of rolled quarters.
Yeah.
Oh, you
into-
rolled them yourself?
Yeah,
How long did that take?
a while.
Yeah.
Longer than getting the quarters out.
Right.
Actually, no.
No?
For a little bit it was, but then I saw this technique where people use like pill bottles because it like perfectly fits
Oh,
Oh.
yes.
like a roll of quarters. So you
Yeah.
put that in, and then you just like throw a bunch of quarters in. It stacks perfectly.
Whose pill
Twist that
bottles
up.
did you use?
I think I had one
Oh.
from like. It actually would have been Norco that I took at one point.
What's a Norco?
I don't know. What is that?
An opiate. I took it for my wisdom teeth.
Swag. I just moved out of a place in Ridgewood where the landlord was an 80-year-old Serbian woman. Not necessarily relevant to the story that she's Serbian, but that is what she is.
How old? 80.
What color
lady.
is that?
Serbian?
Yeah.
Kind of like, I think she maybe thought I was Serbian. I don't know.
Okay.
You're talking about like her skin color?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Kind of like
Off-white.
Off-white. Yeah.
All right.
Like low white.
Like a drywall.
And yeah.
Okay.
And she was like, when we moved in, she was like, "Oh, I'm like the grandma of the building." And it's not like a nonprofit where they say, like, "Oh, like we're a family," and like they're like they treat you horribly. So it was sort of like that. Like at one point, so I live with my girlfriend, and at one point she had like some acne on her face, and my landlord was like, "Oh, you know what's like really good?" Like she wasn't like, "Hey, like what should I do about my acne?" The landlord just like walked up to her. 'Cause she lived in the building.
Yeah.
She lived right next to us. She walked up to my lady and she was like, "Oh, like you know what really helps with acne?" And Alice was like, what? And she's like, oh, like, yeah, like acne that you have. You know what really helps with acne is like urine.
What?
That's what she said. Yeah, urine. Like to rub urine on your face.
Like your father's piss would probably be good.
Like your father's
I
piss.
I don't think that's
that would
gonna
even
be,
make sense
I think
to
that's
anyone.
that's from a riff from before.
Yeah,
that we
we
I
talked
don't
about
think anyone's
my
gonna
dad
get.
pissing on me, but he didn't do that.
We had,
Cooper's weird.
Yeah.
we had a whole dad piss riff for the. We're actually up to like 40 listeners.
Whoa!
now. Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
congrats, dude.
And
So the 40 of you who pay attention to this, we had a killer dad piss riff, unlike anything you've ever seen.
are singing the song.
I can sing. I can
Yeah.
sing this song.
Is there anything you want me to do?
Yeah, drums.
Can't stop addicted to my dad's piss,
Right.
and like that sort of gave birth
Yeah.
to like a whole dad piss
That was
riff.
that was a gold mine.
Yeah.
we really hit oil on it.
Yeah. Eureka! We struck dad piss. There will be blood, but it's all about dad piss and not oil. I'm a piss man.
Yeah, it's like on fire stuff.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just-
the ocean. Just,
Yeah.
I don't know. I was just thinking about pissing in the ocean. Sorry, you were saying about
Eli, I drink your dad's piss.
And it tastes good.
I like it.
What does this?
It's good for acne. The Serbian woman who owns my building says so.
Did she
Oh.
try it?
No, she didn't try it.
Did you try it?
Okay. No.
You were
Also she was like, where'd you move from? And I was like, oh, I used to live in Bushwick. That's what I said. And she was like, oh yeah, I don't know about that neighborhood. You know, like you have to learn to live with them. You know, that's what she said to me. I was just be like, you know what I'm talking about, right? Like you have to learn how to live with, you know,
Everything they're doing. You know, it's just
it's hard at first.
it. They just never seem to stop. You know. So yeah, that's why I moved out here.
Yeah, that's why I live in Ridgewood. You know, it's safer. You know,
I forget who I was talking to one time, but it was like one guy and another guy, and they're like, "Yeah, I just moved. Like, let's say Park Slope. I just moved to Park Slope, and it was like, I like it. It's like a little bit like homier, a little bit more chilled out than where I was living before." And the other guy just fucking with him goes, "Oh, so it's a race thing." And it was like the,
yeah. There was a time where I was in Park Slope a lot, and I used to say that basic thing that you just said. Like, just feels safe. You know what I mean?
just
It
feels,
just feels really. I just feel good here. Like,
this is nice.
you know what I mean? It's just not safe. You know, there's other neighborhoods. They're just louder. And, you know, like,
Oh Jesus!
you just really get some
Yeah,
rest.
less
in this neighborhood.
dancing.
Everyone's dancing.
Everyone's just FaceTiming out loud.
I
Just
need
the car speakers are all broken. You know what I mean?
a lot of reverb. You know.
Yeah.
A lot of people just sitting around, and
What are they doing? You
just
know,
talking. I
Right.
don't.
they have nowhere to be.
Start a podcast.
Yeah. Just more of a podcasty neighborhood.
Yeah.
More of a Venmo, less of a Cash App kind of neighborhood.
Any like shitty roommate stories you guys have ever had?
I've been pretty lucky. I don't have anything. I'm
Really?
lucky.
I've been a shitty roommate before. Like I paid less in rent, and I like broke my roommate's stuff.
Started your own sauce drawer without permission.
You don't know about a sauce drawer?
Come on.
This is my culture. Yeah. But yeah,
I'd hate to call.
yeah.
Sorry.
For COVID, my roommate left, and so I kind of had the whole apartment to myself.
Mhm.
It's actually right in this neighborhood, and it's like very near here. It was, I think it was like a $2,400. No, was that? No, it was a $2,300 apartment. I think he was paying $1,300, and I was paying $1,000.
And he left.
And he left, and I just had for like 5 months. I just had the whole apartment,
Fuck.
and I like broke some of his stuff, and like he had a couch in his room. I kind of like
You had a couch in his room?
yeah, had sex on it.
Nice.
I've been kind of a
Fuck yeah.
I was not an amazing roommate.
Did
But,
you
Yeah.
break the couch via sex?
Did
you
the couch
damage-
was? I think I nutted.
on
Probably
the on the
I mean, probably some nut made its way onto it. Yeah, I wasn't like fucking the couch and then pulled out and nutted on it. But
Yeah, my roommate's fucking pissed at me for no reason. All I did was fuck the couch while he was gone for 5 months.
5 months.
I was like, I
That's a
didn't
long
nut
time.
on the couch.
Yeah.
The nut made its way to the couch.
Yeah, that's right.
What do you want me to do?
I was
Not
fucking the
fucking
cushions.
I shoot ropes. Is that my fault?
somewhere.
Is that my fault I shoot ropes?
I have a good diet. I do a lot of cardio.
Leather too? It's all leather.
The arrangement, it was a duplex, I guess. It was like a 2-floor thing, and he had the whole floor of the basement.
Oh,
So
that's
like
sick.
there was a lot of activity room there. So that's why I was down there.
Oh.
I wasn't like fucking in his bed, you know.
But would you have?
I mean, I definitely had the opportunity to, and I didn't.
Good for you.
So I was a good roommate.
So I am good.
Yeah.
I came on his couch, but I didn't use his bed, so it's pretty.
Yeah, no, that's
That is actually a good.
One time in college too, I had a roommate who like smoked weed all the time. To the point where like if I was in class, I would open up my backpack and like weed smell would come out. And I talked to him about it and he was like, bro, like I'm just a stoner. Like you need to learn to live with that.
Stoner lifestyle.
I love fucked up person logic. There was one time where my I wasn't in the car, but my 5 friends, this was in high school. One of them was in the middle seat, really fucked up. The person who's driving just got like this new Audi that he paid for himself, like doing like table service jobs like that.
Cool.
Worked really hard to like get a nice, not a nice, but like a solid good car. He's
No
like,
rent also, you know.
yeah, no.
Yeah.
He's like, if you need me to pull over, let me know. I will do it. I'll make it happen. Please just let me know. If you puke in my car, I will kill you.
Oh no.
And of course, 5 minutes later, the car starts moving. He like pukes right between his legs. And he's like, dude, what the fuck? Like, I told you, like, I would pull it. Like, why didn't? And he just goes, dude, I don't know what you want me to do. Like, suck a dick. Just like,
Yeah, I was like, fair enough.
just
I guess.
like, dude, miss me with that.
Yeah.
I
You told me
love-
not to, and I did. What do you want from me? Like,
that. Speaking of bad roommates, one time, it's that same apartment I had with the shitty landlord. I put a dartboard on one of our like walls, and it's like not anywhere near a window. The nearest window is like probably like 15 to 20 yards like behind it. So it's like, so here's where like the dartboard is on the wall.
Yeah.
There's another like wall, but like from like a different room that's like back here. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So it's like over here.
okay.
The window is all the way over there.
15 to 20 yards.
Dartboard is right here.
Okay.
I'm not there. They're playing darts while I'm gone, having a little party, and they whiz a dart through this window that's 15 yards back, and I'm like, I come home pissed, obviously, because that's going to be like hundreds of dollars to fix that window, and I take the dartboard down, and they go, "What the fuck, dude? We can't play darts anymore." And I was like, yeah, that's kind of, you obviously can't be trusted.
I mean, at least move the dartboard, right? I mean, there's gonna be something you can do about this. Yeah.
like, yeah, no, that apartment, we there was a lot of shit that happened in that apartment. There was we had a big rat infestation.
Mouse or rat?
Mouse, sorry.
Okay.
Mouse.
I've been in apartments with rat infestations. It's a different thing than mouse.
Get bigger.
Bigger. Stinkier.
Stinkier.
But
They still like cheese? I don't know. It's just dumb.
Who doesn't?
I mean, you're right. Okay.
one of the mice caverned out the insulation in our stove
Oh.
so that he could like stay inside of the stove without us getting to him. And we tried to like burn him out, but he would like somehow shit in our stove, but we could never get him out of this. Like he figured out
Petty
some,
mouse.
yeah,
Yeah.
he figured out some sort of system.
Spiteful, that mouse.
Yeah, no,
He's like,
we
yeah.
probably did kill a number of his family members for sure.
Well,
Via traps. We also at one point had a PVC pipe with a knife duct taped to it.
Dude, you made a bayonet?
Yeah, no gun.
Right.
Can you imagine if we had a gun?
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Just shooting a
The
mice.
rat gun? Yeah.
okay. Imagine, you have a PVC pipe, right? Put a mouse in it. You go, Yeah, shoot a mouse at somebody.
Dart a mouse at someone.
Wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah, leave Black Plague on him too. And
Yeah.
just cause
Shoot it
uproar.
onto a enemy ship.
Yes.
Thing.
Yes.
Give him the plague.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
That's smart. Any?
We're gonna try that now.
What's
that?
that?
We're gonna do that right now.
Load me into a PVC pipe to see if you can fire me far.
You think of yourself as a mouse?
No.
Yeah,
I'm
what's your spirit animal?
I always thought it was a turtle, but I don't actually like water that much. I just like the vibe of a turtle.
You like the way they come?
Yeah.
What was that?
You guys seen those?
No.
Yeah.
You guys? Yeah. Thank you.
Oh,
What? A man of culture.
What the hell are you talking about?
You've never seen a turtle come?
No.
They come funny.
They come funny.
Where are you
really is.
watching?
They,
That's how I come. That's exactly. I unhinge my jaw and let out silence.
Yeah.
Even young turtles come like that. Seems like an old turtle thing.
Well, they do it at more higher pitch.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess a turtle. I don't know. What's your spirit animal?
Lemur. No.
Oh.
Ferret.
What was the change? between
Yeah,
those
there
two?
was a big
I don't like to talk about it.
NDA.
Gotcha. I feel spiritually connected to a horse, I think. I think they are strong. I think they have a sense of duty. I think that they change the world forever. Not that I've done any of those things, but I just like that about them. And I just think if they were people, they would be like good, hardworking, Midwestern white people.
Even the black horses, like even.
Yeah, they would be
Okay.
like Spanish or Italian.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
That's good.
A Serbian horse.
Serbian,
probably. Okay.
yeah, Serbian landlord horse.
Right. Gotcha. Just want to make sure.
I like that.
I'm trying to think of more stuff with that landlord because there was a million things. She was such a fucking freak. Oh, one time she like didn't understand what a bicycle was, or, like the implications of a bicycle. I ride my bike all the time, and she was like,
Pause.
Yeah.
What?
I know.
Okay.
She was like, you didn't tell me you had like a bike when you moved in.
Okay.
And I was like, why would I tell you I had a bike when I moved in? She was like, it's messing up the door. And I was like, your door is a 70-year-old door. Like, what are you talking about? Like, show me why you think my bike is.
Just your tire
Making your
treads
door-
are on
Yeah.
it just for you.
Yeah. It was like, yeah, the window's like smashed out of my bike. And one time I put my shoes in the hallway to dry out and she threw them out.
What?
She was like, oh, I thought they were trash. I was like, why the fuck would you think they were trash? I didn't tell you that. They're new shoes. And then she didn't reimburse me. So.
Damn.
For the shoes or
Nope.
for yeah? Didn't.
Still haven't gotten my deposit.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
When did you move?
3 weeks ago.
I don't know what the timeline. Sue.
2.
Oh,
It has to be 2. Legally. You have to get your deposit back.
what are you gonna do?
Wait, more?
Okay.
I mean, you know
I'll
she
text her.
lives.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
right.
kill her. No.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Have you?
Flaming arrow.
Are you allowed? Do you know if you're allowed to like show up and like posture towards the landlord?
I'm allowed to assault her. Yeah.
Oh,
I'm allowed to
good.
do
good.
aggravated assault.
Use your bike. Be like, this is what it's for.
Yeah, is this fucking door?
You can do anything you want to a landlord as long as it works for the liberal agenda.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm going to transition her.
80-year-old woman.
Yeah.
Man. Sorry.
Suck out her pussy.
And then you take a PVC and you fire a rat back
Yeah.
into where it would be.
Tenants are firing back at their landlords with this new technique.
And a victory for New York City housing.
You see ads for it like it's
Local
Like,
white man.
you see ads for it like you do on like the porn ads where it's like grow your size and there's like turn your landlord into a different gender and
Just mutilate your landlords.
Yeah.
sodomize your
Not an honor killing,
Yeah.
like an honor transition.
Yeah, you get a PVC pipe and then you put a knife on it and then you go at your landlords.
Yeah, right.
Trying
Shoot a mouse at them,
to
threaten them with a knife, assault them,
Yeah.
yank
Plunge.
their pussy out.
put in a NutriBullet, then I don't know. Just thought that would be fun. Don't do that. Don't blend the pussy.
I love how we're like
Okay.
talking about the most out of pocket shit and then we're like drawing the line at NutriBulleting someone's genitalia.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. So I have
you're
a
crazy
creative
for that.
mind, guys. It just
Sorry, yeah, you can't take the innards of.
it's just the
my
worst
depths.
thing possible.
The fake Korean mind. Cooper Camp.
Just not real. None of this is. Man, you guys all have like cool landlord stories. I don't. But how long have you lived in New York for?
Year and a half.
Okay, and you
4 years.
4 years.
But also in college, you know. I moved when I was a kid. Too.
Yeah. Maybe it'll come. Maybe something will happen. But
Have you ever been on a bus for a long time? That's kind of like moving.
Any moving stories?
I took the bus from here to Cornell. It's like a 4.5 hour bus ride.
That's an apartment.
How was your moving process getting into New York?
I have a friend who lives here, so I was like in college, and then I had some of my stuff in college, and she drove home to New York, and I was like, just take some of my stuff, and I'll pick it up when I move here. Then I bought a mattress here, and that was a suitcase. It was not great, but it wasn't like horrible by any means. I think I just had to get like the boxes from her place to my place, and they sent it on a bus. And I picked it up like in Times Square, and then just took a lift home. So like good, I guess good. Nothing crazy. No one stabbed me.
You need bad things to happen.
I know. Everything's been pretty smooth, I guess.
Can you like fuck her, or can we spice this up a little bit?
Can your
we had-
landlord fist you or something?
Oh yeah, my landlord.
Can you like detransition or something?
I had cockroaches, I guess. That was pretty shitty. We still have cockroaches, but we had like a huge cockroach problem when we moved in, and we had to buy like we bought like cockroach poison, which is like they eat it and they just die.
Right.
And I didn't think it was gonna work because like we have a bunch of we had so much crumbs on our floor, and I was like, that's not killing them. So like, why would the cockroach?
Why do you have so many crumbs on the floor?
Because
You
we're
eat a lot of cookies.
yeah, a ton of cookies. We're just messy people. That's why we have cockroach. I'm a rat. I'm a Korean rat, not fake Korean rat.
Fake Korean.
But we use like
Keeps making the distinction.
Yeah.
I'm not Korean. I'm not.
Let
I'm
me
not.
be clear, because I would never be associated with those guys. No, I love my family.
The Korean hand gesture.
I love my Koreans.
This one's for Kim Jong-un.
Yeah, hominy, my grandma. Anyway, it killed like so many roaches. The next morning, I get into the kitchen and it's like 50 dead roaches on our floor.
Oh.
Yeah. And that was really disgusting. But
Which roaches? Like these guys or these guys?
no, the small ones. But I had a huge one of the big ones
Yeah, I had one of those.
fall out of my like ceiling vent.
Ugh.
And I heard it like tapping like in my I was like, what the is that a rat or
No
something?
good.
And then it fell and I was like, oh fuck.
Have you guys seen or been a part of any roommate fights?
Like fist fights?
No, just like
Verbal.
bickering, like
I've been
quarrels.
in fights, yeah.
What have those fights been about?
My roommate wouldn't do the dishes in college, and I would always like call him out.
I went to war over that.
Because you end up doing their dishes, and you're like, I'm
For
not
doing
gonna
or not doing?
for not
for
doing.
not doing.
You were trying to not do dishes.
I was the only one who did dishes.
You did dishes.
Same.
Okay.
I was the
No
only
one did dishes, so I was like, all right. We had the sink where there was like one sink. They're like
a
we
two
keep-
sink, a dual sink.
a dual sink.
Nice.
I'm like, you can do whatever
North
you
and
want.
South,
Yeah.
like
I'm like,
Korea.
Like Korea, very divided.
You can do whatever you want as long as we have one, because we didn't have a dishwasher, one sink for cleaning. We just keep one empty all the time, and then
Totally.
we're good. And so, and then what that happened, when that was decided, they just started putting dirty dishes all over the counter
Oh.
to where it just extended. There was like, I remember walking in one day, and there was a pot of coffee and an unemptied bowl of half-eaten cereal in front of the toaster oven, and I was like, that's not gonna work for me. And so I started leaving their dishes in front of the doors of their room,
Oh, so good.
and that did not go well.
So, all right. So this may be this is a debate that's been raging in my household for a long time, where it's like she thinks that being messy is a brain disease, and I think that being clean is a brain disease.
It's a spectrum. I'm not the cleanest person in the world,
Mhm.
but when I remember one time one of my roommates left, he was thawing out like burger meat.
Ugh.
And then,
I don't know why that's such a chill.
and
Yeah, that's
then-
fine.
and then did not come back to the apartment for a day and a half.
long thaw, deep long winter with
Yeah.
those burgers.
That is cold meat.
Yeah, no, there's dry aging steak and there's wet aging steak.
Like, I would like a hamburger in 36 hours. I'm gonna start that process right now.
So we just like took a picture and we're like, what the fuck is this? And he goes, oh right, that's my bad. And I was like,
You're like, right? Yeah,
yeah,
totally.
that's what the text is about. Actually.
Suck a dick, dude. Just let me have my burgers out. Dude. That's disgusting. That's so
Yeah.
gross.
But I do it like being too anal that can be too much.
But also, like, why if my clothes are on the floor, why does that affect you? Do you know what I mean?
Well,
Like,
you guys
is it
are sharing a place, a
room?
space.
Yeah.
Is it in the way of anything? Yes.
No, I mean the foot of the bed. She doesn't like looking at it. That's her thing.
Mm.
And it's like, there's a compromise to be had here. You know what I mean? Like,
Close your eyes.
yeah, it's like, so you're gonna move my stuff because makes you feel weird.
Where
my clothes?
where does she move your stuff?
It's my camper.
Dude, you got it made.
Yeah, you get fucking
But,
what
yeah,
a great girlfriend.
but then she's mad at me. Not mad at me, but then she feels not considered. I think is the heart of it.
Mm. Does she hold it? Does she like hold one over you?
I don't know. I should be more clean. It's like the
Nick
dish.
Viagas, the master debater.
Yeah. It's like
A
the
wizard.
dishes aren't done. There's clothes. Like my apartment, that does not bother me at all. And it really makes me feel kind of I'm at home.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? When like things are messy.
I will say I'm a lot cleaner when I have other people to consider.
Yes. Yeah.
when
Me too.
my roommate goes away for a few days or a week,
Yes.
if he's gone for 6 days, 4 days will be me smearing my shit on the floor like a dog.
Yeah.
And then the last 2 days will be me wiping up that shit on the floor.
I'll like not flush. Just be like, this is my house.
Poop?
I mean, if she's on tour, if I'm alone in the
Did
house,
this little log hang in the toilet?
I don't let it hang.
Nick is making a pile of shit in the toilet while she's gone. I never get to do this when she's home.
How high can I get it? Just
Yeah.
oh man.
She's so anal about stuff. She doesn't let me make my
She
shit
doesn't make-
sculptures. She doesn't let me shit on my poop.
She doesn't let me do my poop castle.
Yeah.
Fucking
trying to dry age my poop over here. I'm trying to
Yeah, I'm trying to thaw my poop.
thaw my poop. I agree. You shouldn't be too anal, but like there's a certain point where you have to start like being kind of passive aggressive. Like, hey, are those your dishes in there? And then like you try to start the process. But my roommate in college, like even when I did that, wouldn't get to it until like one morning I just started screaming at him. I was like, you never fucking do your dishes. And he's like, you
aren't Korean.
yeah. Like his main argument, the thing he got mad at me about is like, it always smells like bacon in the morning because I cooked bacon in the morning,
Yeah.
which I feel like I feel
Got
like
him.
I was like, it does because I'm cooking bacon, and that was all he had to say. And then he did start doing the dishes. I just feel like I had the
I
battle.
love a desperation, throw it out there
Like a Hail
argument.
Mary, yeah.
Just like
Yeah.
you're always wearing flannels.
I'll be like,
Shut up.
Like, it's gonna work. I'm like, oh fuck, you're right. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have.
Yeah.
I'll do the dishes now. and I'll
You know
start
what, let's
wearing
actually-
flannels.
Wreck this apartment. You're right. My bad.
Get the sledgehammer. Let's.
You're always cleaning out my sauce drawer. We agreed. I get to do whatever I want with the drawer.
It's my seasoning. So I get it just right. I get it nice and warm.
Yeah. What desperation have you heard, or if you even pulled up in an argument?
That's a good question. Trying to think of. Okay. This is a little bit more of a long, drawn out one, but there was one time it was like me and like a few friends in high school at like a little like shindig, little hang, kickback as the kids call it.
Got you. Was it
And,
a shindig, a party, or a kickback?
They're very different things.
Shindig.
Okay.
It was a shindig. I feel like kickback is like 8 to 15.
Mm.
This
Mm.
was 6.
Right.
Yeah,
okay.
that's a
But-
shindig.
and that's not like one person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a
That's a little shindig.
That's a little shindig.
So we were having this debate where like they were like, you couldn't make me cry. They were like, you could not do that. And I was like, they were saying like with 0% chance you could make me cry. And I was like, well, don't say that.
Right.
Because
You're gonna make
you're saying there's
Fighting
no
words.
Yeah.
you're saying there's no possibility, and I think that's crazy. So you're saying if I brought your parents down, lit them on fire, killed them, that would make you cry, and they were like, you could no, they were like, and then
It would be weird to cry if that happened.
Yeah, it's too hot for the tears, probably.
Or like, wouldn't you'd be like, oh no, like try to stop it.
but
Weird to just start weeping.
I'm going for broke here. I'm doubling down on this point
Yeah.
where it's like, oh, so I couldn't like take your mom, drag her downstairs, and like cut her head off. That would make you cry. And then they're like, Matt, stop. And I was like, what? No, come on. Let's no, because I think I'm like gaining some momentum.
Keep on killing his mom.
I'm like gaining momentum here. And so I'm talking to like one of like the girl's mom I'm talking about, and they're like, Matt, stop. Like, cut it out. And then like one girl like through tears
Yes. That's a win.
Yeah, victory.
Bitch.
goes
Dumb bitch.
her mom died last September, and I'm like, and everyone is just like in tears, myself included, just like, no, just like the fucking tension in that room. The one girl whose mom I was talking about, she was the only one laughing.
So you didn't make her cry.
I did not make her cry.
You made everyone
Got
else
your
cry.
ass.
I made
dude.
everyone else cry, and she was just like, I don't know what to do, just like
Right.
laughing, kind of probably in shock.
Yeah.
And that is probably my worst desperation Hail Mary.
That's a good question. What do you cry at?
Mm.
I'll start.
Mhm.
So a weird thing that makes me cry. I cry mainly from like, this is gay. Okay,
Mhm.
I cry mainly from being like inspired. Like I'm not really a sad crier.
Oh.
Like when like my grandma died, I cried, but like not like most often when I cry, it's because I feel like, like stirred, moved, and
So when you listen to
That's
Metro
gay?
Boomin,
That's
you
gay.
shed a tear.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, he made it out.
Mm-hmm.
That's gay?
Well, okay, so
I don't feel this
let
is-
me tell you.
All right.
So
all right.
I once like
What's gay nowadays?
I cried because I saw the CUNY nursing school graduation ceremony,
Oh.
and it was like moms like entering the middle class workforce, and that made me cry. So I was like, her kids are gonna respect her.
I mean, I've definitely, the last thing I cried to, I think, was actually some pretty stupid shit. I was watching an All Blacks documentary on the plane
Mhm.
back from New Zealand.
30 for 30s definitely make me cry.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
so
that's but it wasn't even like, the story's not like, it's not like the Invictus story where it's like about a country in apartheid. Like, it's not anything like, it's just like the boys did it. And I
Yeah.
was like, this was also 12 years ago that the documentary was about. I'm just like, this is so important, dude.
Last Dance, I cried it.
I thought
Last Dance.
Which part?
I don't remember.
Oh.
I think maybe the first time they won the championship,
Oh, okay.
or when they're talking about his dad. I don't know. I don't remember.
And Dennis
I,
Rodman going to Vegas. You're like, what the?
It's like, you fucked Madonna. That's so fucking sick.
That's so
Carmen
baller,
Electra.
dude.
He dresses like such a retard.
There's so many things wrong with that guy, but he's good at rebounding, and it's just
Yeah.
like,
It's an amazing basketball
that's
player.
so fire.
So cool. He dressed like a retard. He was a great defensive player. And now he's friends with Kim Jong-un.
It is so cool.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
It was like, yeah. Having sex with Madonna, being like a part of the
The Bulls.
CIA
Oh.
in North Korea,
Oh, sorry.
and then winning all the championships with the Bulls.
Pretty, I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's what makes a grown man cry.
Yeah.
Especially the first part, man. Oh. I credit Elf. The
Oh, yeah?
movie Elf. I was on a plane and I was like watching like the scene where they're in Central Park and Zoe Deschanel's character starts like singing to like bring Christmas cheer. She starts singing like you better not watch out, you better not cry. And like I started crying. I don't know. I just like I was
Right.
inspired because like
You're not a Korean person. You're a white woman.
I'm a white woman. That's
Yeah.
what it is. But it's like it's so beautiful. It's like she's really out there and the like just singing to try to get Santa to like, isn't that? All right, I guess it's like I'm the gayest one with that, but that's what I cried at recently.
That's good.
That's nice.
That's
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
I feel like whatever you cry at to, it's not going to be like, I was listening to the Joe Rogan Experience. So I start crying.
I'm trying to
Joe Rogan Experience, the least gay thing.
Right.
The
Very good.
coolest thing.
Yeah.
most fire shit.
Yeah.
All right. So would you rather have a roommate who is cool but messy or insane? So I'll talk about two roommates that I've had. One guy was like this former journalist, 52 years old, and wouldn't let me in the kitchen at certain times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Why?
Like he would like box you out? What the fuck does
He
that?
was just like, I like,
He would guard you.
he was just like, he basically said like between this hour and this hour, this is when I take the kitchen.
Oh.
So like, don't.
Daddy's time.
And I was like, I was like 20 at the time. I was like, I didn't really know how
Yeah.
to handle that. So I just didn't go in the kitchen at that time. But he was just like, yeah, like 6:30 to 7:30, like that's when I'm in the kitchen, like cooking stuff. And I was like, all right, works. So that guy, or there was this other guy who was like kind of cool to start off, but then would get really upset when I wouldn't hang out with them at the apartment. And it was him and his girlfriend. And they would like get in these like big breakup fights.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd be like in the kitchen cooking dinner. And then they'd be like going at each other. And then I'd just like go to my room so as not to be a part of it. And then be like, why don't you hang out with us? And they're like, well, so it's the guy who kicks you out of certain places or the guy who wants you around too much at the apartment. Who would you rather have as your roommate?
I think the first one. I would rather have my privacy for sure. Especially because it sounds like the guy's like working something out. Like he's like, "Oh, we're not a problem, right? Like, why don't you want to hang out with us? Say it. Say you don't. Say you don't like that we fight all the time." You know?
I was always just so. I feel like that's like more surface level, intense though.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the guy who says like, "These are my quarters" during this hour.
Yeah.
I always assumed that he had like insanely. He never had friends over.
Mm.
I never saw him leave except to like go on runs. He was like 52, shredded,
Nice.
Nice.
cool, like
Hot.
He was hot, dude. I'm not even. He's a fucking hot guy.
Okay.
But
Bring him in.
That's his kid.
but like very like would like lose like not lose his mind but like get like very stoically like sort of fire underneath the belly mad at me over like very small things. Like there'd be times where there was like some food bits left over in like the drain in the sink and he goes, look man, I know you're a young kid but you can't leave anything in the sink because I don't want to be picking up your shit. You don't want to be picking up my shit. I just feel like it'd be all good if you just didn't do that anymore.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, yeah, sorry. It was a little bit. So I just didn't
Yeah. Right. Just like
think it was. I think I'd rather have the guy who is more upfront, intense because I feel like he has darkness inside of him
right.
that you don't want to be close to.
What did he do in the kitchen?
Was
Do
he a
you
good
know?
chef? Like good cook?
He was like all natural stuff. Like
But he would use it to like
Like farm to table? What does that mean?
to cook.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He wasn't like, do not come in the kitchen. You're not allowed to see what. Like,
No, but he like kind of like
you can't see what's in the kitchen.
but like he
You would
wouldn't
hear, like,
he
a
wouldn't
horse,
he wouldn't even want
horse.
me like using the sink to like
Yeah.
Oh.
fill up water or like
Right, he's like,
go.
it's my time. Yeah. My uncle who was insane, and I think a drug addict. He got a traffic cone and he would put it like at the door of the kitchen for the holidays to be like, you cannot come in that time.
Oh.
Be like super clear, like no one's coming in. He would take like a traffic cone off the street.
Anyone cook?
and would cook, but you could see it. You knew what he was doing in there.
All right, we'll wrap up on this. I have a relative who would take pictures of Mexicans outside of Home Depot.
In
Just
New Zealand?
so what? No, no.
They go everywhere.
No, this is
In
different.
Cali.
And just so they could be like, look what they're doing. And I was like, what? Like, they're like, they're not supposed to be there. And I'm like, I don't.
Maybe say something to him. I don't know. Yeah.
But she would.
A girl? Wow.
She would send she would bring she wouldn't like send it to a group chat. She would like bring the phone to you, be like, look,
Yeah.
look at the, and would she zoom in and be like, or was she just like, there's so many?
Just like she's just like so upset.
Ow.
She's like, this is what a Mexican person looks like.
It's like, I think this is.
Can you believe Mexican?
You're like, what are you getting at? Like,
Just wanted to identify. I think Mexican.
And then it would be like also like pictures of dudes with like long, like hippie looking dudes like with long hair, and like, can you believe these guys don't have a job on a Tuesday? And it was just like, I don't have a job on a Tuesday. Like,
yeah. I'm a child. Why would I care about any of this shit? Yeah.
all right, that's gonna do it.
Cool.
Anything you guys? Actually, we're doing this thing now where you plug something that's not your own. You plug, like I think one episode we plugged the NBA.
oh,
Hmm.
nice.
We plugged. I think someone plugged Trader Joe's. That's not right. But like plug a random thing. That
Okay. Yeah. So I'm
shout
Nick
out
Viagas.
Tushy Bidets.
Okay, that's a good one.
Okay, it's good.
Nick Viagas is my name. I think you should check out Black Pearl Rice. You ever had that before?
No.
It's like whole rice. It's really good. It's
For a second,
Black.
I thought you were gonna say black people.
definitely not.
As rice?
I'm that.
No.
That is not the plug I'm giving. Black people. Yeah. Black people rice. That's what I want.
I'm Cooper Kim. The subway. Take the subway. Really, I'm a big fan.
You're a big fan of the subway.
I'm a big fan of the subway. Like the transportation, not the sandwich shop. This is
Nope. Cooper Kim loves Subway
No,
sandwiches.
I
Thank you very
don't.
much.
Okay.
She's
Goodbye,
the new
people.
spokesman.